What do you think about this Barstool media world?
Yeah, man, it's totally different. You know, I never had a Twitter page. I never had anything. I don't know anything about social media. I used to give everybody a hard time about doing it. Now I'm taking selfies, with George Brett in the airport. I mean, it's really awkward and different.
It's a wild game. Like even when we finish the locker room, you're like, "Hey, put your helmet on. Let me yell at you a little bit. Get this on camera." So it seems like you're diving in the game quickly.
I'm trying, and I got some great guys, as you know, the guys that run the place, Dave, Portnoy. These guys are interesting, man. They're really creative, to put it mildly. I got to go on the golfing thing with Frankie and Trent. We had some people come down to my office last weekend, and I'm anxious to see what is going to unfold, but I just want to do good. I want to be part of the team and try to find my role.
Yeah, you told them to cut you if you're not producing.
Yeah. So I said, get me out of here. If I got a couple things I'm getting better at, and this is all part of the seasoning process. Hanging around with you two guys.
Yeah.
I'll steal some ideas from you. This is a hell of a setup, man. It's about, telling the truth, having some fun, making some people laugh, and making them think outside the box a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like getting to have this, like, we were talking about it either on the locker room or outside of it. What you miss the most is the camaraderie. You miss the locker room.
Yeah.
And fortunately, we get to have people on like yourself, players that are currently playing, ex-players, to where you still kind of get that feeling, that ball busting, that having fun, having some laughs, because you miss the locker room so much when it's over.
Oh, it's what you can't duplicate, but you guys are doing a pretty good job of it.
What can people expect with you at Barstool? It seems like you're bringing back the Gruden football camp.
We're going to try to bring back Gruden's QB camp, and it won't be the same. It'll have a little different spice to it. But this Dave Portnoy guy, he's something else. And this Big Cat guy, I really like this Big Cat.
Yeah.
I'm just getting to know them, and I got hired really week 8 of the season. So it's hard to just create a show and come on. I mean, You're going to have to put a little time on task and meet with some people. And, I'd like to do something with you, man. I'd like to do something with you guys. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I have a creative mind myself, and just starting to scratch the surface a little bit. I've got some people out there that send me nasty texts and messages, to help me get better. And I encourage that.
Yeah.
I need the help from people, but I really am excited about what could happen.
Yeah.
Because I know the potential is unlimited.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
you're
you
with a great
just got
company.
on top of a rocket ship. Like Barstool has a way of making you more known than ever.
Yeah.
They're
Well, how'd
really
those
cool.
conversations go? Dave just hit you up like, "Hey, I'm gonna fly
I got a message on one of those I don't know,
Twitter,
TikToks or whatever.
Yeah.
My son Mike, who wrote the song Nicey, he's my music man. He says, "Hey, Dad, Dave Portnoy reached out to you." So to make a long story short, my wife was in a ballroom dancing contest in Orlando, and Dave flew in to see me, and we just had dinner together and talked a little bit. Next thing I know, man, I was in Chicago filming something up there, and you walk in, you don't realize what's going on. I mean, hell, I'm just a coach. I walk in there and they're filming stuff. Hey, what about John Daly? Did you go golf with John Daly? You start talking about it. Next thing you know, it's out there. Everybody knows about the whole day, but it's really fascinating how it works.
Yeah.
And the ability that they have to reach so many people on so many different platforms instantly. And they take a lot of pride in it. They want to be really good, which is what I like.
Right. Your Gruden Loves Football content. I mean, since day one, I consume it. It's like, all right, I'm trying to hope you drop stuff before we do the locker room to hear everything you're breaking down. Because I remember I'm not thinking it's probably his son running the profile, but he's got the Gruden Loves Football Twitter profile, and I just DM it. I'm like, I need Gruden on Bussin' With. I've already messaged with him, but I'm just having fun with the profile. I'm like, I need Gruden on Bussin' With The Boys like I need air, and he responds to me like it's him running the whole Twitter account. He's like, "Oh, you're a Gruden grinder. Of course I'll come on." I'm thinking, "Oh, okay. I'm just messing with Coach Gruden again."
Yeah.
But when you break a game down, what I wanted to do with that is try to take fans into a little bit of the reality of what we go through.
100%.
If it's the Chargers and the Bucks, let's start with top of line things you might want to know. I mean, here's the injury list, right? Yeah. Here's where they rank statistically. Here's how they play on the road. I mean, there's a lot of things that you got to get your mind straight on before you even get in to the Chargers offense. Let's talk nothing but about Chargers offense. And I wanted the fans to know who the offensive linemen were, who the receivers were, who the running backs were, who the play caller was. I mean, I spent 20 minutes on a Chargers offense. Here's a couple schemes they like to run. This is the Chargers offense. But they're going up against Tampa's defense. And then you spent 20 minutes on Todd Bowles' calls of plays. You know, they got Winfield's hurt. They got Jamal Dean's hurt. And you go into all the matchups and some of the blitzes that Todd Bowles runs. Then you got to do the Chargers defense against the Bucs offense. Next thing you know, it's an hour and 15 minutes on one game. And people are like, man, fans aren't going to want to watch all that. But the hardcore fans, nutty people like me like it. Then at the end of the game, they say, at the end of the presentation, they say, well, we got to make a prediction. Who's going to win? I said, I don't know who's going to win. I said, shit, I don't care who wins. But then I start picking scores, and some of my picks, I'm like you guys, I root for a team a little bit. Mm-hmm. I kind of want, so I kind of pick them to win, and it's not some of the gambling people, they get pissed at you. You screwed me, man. You gave me all this information. You picked the wrong.
Yeah. I remember coming to Taylor. I'm like, hey, have you seen this Gruden Loves Football show? I'm like, bro, he runs it like he's low key, like running a team meeting at the top of a week. It's incredible.
The breakdown of everything. Have you noticed how easy it is to overthink things? Because it's like you can break down all the film you want, but then we're like, all right, who's going to win? You're like, well, this team. And then you're like, well, no, their defense is this and that. Have you ran into that where it's like you get into a point of overthinking it a little bit?
You can easily overthink it. And I tell you, there are some games. Now, I'm not a big gambling guy. I'll be honest with you. Mm-hmm. There's some games I've learned to stay away from. Got no idea what's going to happen in this game. None. Right. And there's certain games, as I told you guys earlier, I'm going in on this game.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't pick unless you love it. I don't pick the spreads. I would never pick the spreads. And I know you don't make as much money when you pick the money line, they call it, but you pick a team to win. I'm pretty good at picking winners. And I don't get involved in a spread. And then my son says, we don't get any money if you pick the money line. Well, if you pick two money lines, you know, you got a little parlay. Yeah, I'm learning the words, you see.
You got a little parlay.
Anyways, I'm learning and I'm loving it. And this is really cool. This operation, I would not have expected anything less from you two guys.